Hey guys, how's it going? This video is gonna be a little bit of a sad story. It's pretty traumatizing actually. Um, and it involves me buying a watch on Craigslist. It involves me selling a watch on Craigslist and how I essentially got robbed. Um, it was pretty traumatizing. So essentially, what happened was, I met this guy, this young Indian guy, in probably in his 20s, and he was dressed in like like Gucci, and he just didn't look like the person who could really afford a luxury wristwatch. The watch involved was a Breitling Navitimer, and he had contacted me religiously actually on Craigslist. I was very young. I was very dumb. I just got into wristwatches, and I just felt that I could make it a little bit of a side business, right? Be a little wheeler dealer. You buy and sell, and I was just dumb and naive, and I just thought everybody was honest, and I just thought everyone in the watch community was honest, and that something like this could never happen. But unfortunately, it did, and this guy contacted me on my Breitling Navitimer. It was an old Navitimer A2332, no, A22332. It's one of those. Beautiful watch, classic Navitimer on the black leather strap, black dial, and you know, it came complete, box papers, everything. And so we met at the shopping mall, and one of the first things he did, which kind of raised a red flag, was he took out. He had a pouch on him. He had a little bag on him, and he took out a Rolex Daytona, and he asked if I wanted to trade for it. I took a look at it, and I, immediately recognized that it was a fake watch. It wasn't even close. And he said, "Okay, let me take a look at the watch again." And that and he said that he had the money. He had the money for me. It was in his pouch. So I said, "Okay." He took a look at the watch. He put it on. Now this was happening like really fast, and I couldn't. I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen. And so he put the watch on, and he reached into his pouch, and he took out pepper spray, and he sprayed my face. And of course, he ran off. I gave chase. I gave chase. And in hindsight, that was probably not the wisest thing to do. I mean, he had pepper spray in there. God knows he could have had a gun, right? And I potentially could have been shot for over a $4,000 watch, right? My life is worth a lot more than that, and so I was I was maced, and I gave chase. I'm a pretty fit, athletic person. I gave chase. He was pretty close, but he ran out the shopping mall, and there was an escape car waiting for him. It was a white BMW, and I could see his friend just, encouraging him to run a little faster, to get into the car and get out of the place. And I was probably running for about a good 2 minutes or so, maybe 3 minutes, right? I ran out of the mall with him, gave chase, and ended up in a. I crossed the road, and there was a divider. There was a large patch of grass, and after that, there was just too much pain on my face, right? For I don't know if any of you uh, watch enthusiasts have ever been pepper sprayed, but it stings, right? It burns. You know, you can't see. You just it's quite excruciating. It just burns, right? There's really nothing you can do. You know, water is not gonna help. I so I was just lying on the grass where I just pepper sprayed, and oh, it was such a helpless feeling. It was probably has to be one of the worst experiences in my life. You know, feeling so violated like that, right? You just being pepper sprayed and just left, essentially left for dead. You know, I mean, I wasn't gonna die, right? And the person also knew that he wasn't gonna die, that I wasn't gonna die. So, but then symbolically, it was the same, right? It was it was very very unpleasant to say the least, and yeah, paramedics came, right? They came and I think they tried to wash off the pepper spray with, I want to say oil, some kind of like baby oil, because pepper spray is an oil based chemical, and therefore you have to it will only be soluble in another oil based product, and that was baby oil. So of course, it just stung, and and I was a mess. I stunk. I can't remember how I got home. I can't remember how I got home. I must have. I I drove, so I had to drive myself home, right? And obviously, I had to, take off my clothes. I don't want to get any more pepper spray in the car, so I had to drive home semi-naked. Right? I think I was driving home only in my boxers. Wow, talk about adding insult to injury, huh? And of course, got home, and yeah, it was pretty bad. Um, Eventually the police came to take a statement, and just to take down like what I saw, and particulars of the incident, and it just I never heard from the police again, right? It's very, I think it's very rare for you to receive your watch back unless they kind of sell it, unless the person tried to sell it at the pawn shop, and then they would check, the pawn shop would check the watch against the police database, and then you get your watch back, right? But I don't think that's gonna happen. I kind of remember his license plate number. It was a BMW, a white 3 Series, and I think the number was 337SHR. But I don't know, I could be wrong. That the whole incident happened a couple years ago. So, so what I'm trying to say is that if you were to meet a person, right, do your homework, check out on the guy, ask for references, and talk to. You just have to keep talking. The biggest mistake that I did was that I did not communicate enough before meeting the person. And let's say everything checks out, you meet the person, trust your instinct, trust your gut, right? I did not have a good feeling about this boy, this young Indian boy, South Indian boy, or East Indian boy. And you can tell, right? Because these people who are about to commit the crime, they themselves are pretty nervous, right? They will not be acting freely and sincerely compared to a genuine buyer, right? So trust your gut, be safe out there, right? Oh, meet, I should not have met in the mall. I should have met either in the bank where there's security and where there are lots of cameras, or you meet at a police station, right? So this was a very traumatizing effect, and the event definitely left its mark on me, or psychologically. You just feel so violated. You feel ashamed, right? How could you be so stupid? And it took, it definitely took me about, I want to say, up to a year to get over the psychological, psychological effect of being robbed, being pepper sprayed and robbed. And I still have the boxes and papers of the Breitling Never timing with me. I keep it as a reminder that there are a lot of, as RG says, mean, nasty fuckers, and yeah, it's happened to me. It's happened to the best of us, right? If you watch Paul Thorpe, it's happened to him too. It happens to, according to him, it happens to every dealer, and he kind of wears it as a badge of honor. I guess I guess it is an experience. It is a learning experience, but it's an experience that I hope you guys don't have to go through. And I think the way that I want to move forward with this is that I can share my story with you, and hopefully you take my experience seriously, and you take the necessary precautions when you meet someone face to face in a watch deal, right? Always be careful on Craigslist. But that being said, right, there are genuine sellers and buyers on Craigslist. You just have to do your homework. You have to talk to the person, and if you do meet the person, and just trust your gut, right? You would probably be buying from fellow watch enthusiasts. Strike up a conversation. If he's not able to hold, a proper, fun, easygoing watch conversation, trust your instinct. Get up, leave, and just walk away. Right, but hopefully it doesn't lead up to my outcome when I got pepper sprayed and robbed. I guess the good that came out of it was, I'm able to bounce back, right? It did not turn me away from the hobby. It did not turn me away from making deals and meeting people, buying and selling. I'm still doing that. I enjoy it. I love the hobby. I love wristwatches, and it's an ugly side to it, right? Just because these things command such a high dollar amount, there are crime syndicates who are out there specifically targeting watch people, right? Anyway, that's my story, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer, please feel free to comment below or just send me a private message. Okay, anyway, please like, please subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.